This problem really hurts my head. I don't know how to solve this problem. This morning I got a message from an agent who forwarded me the email that they'd had from someone whose house they'd been talking to about selling. Dear so-and-so, thank you once again for the property appraisal at our property. After careful consideration, we have decided to proceed with another agent. This was only as they were able to offer a highly competitive fee. Your professionalism and knowledge of the market is evident, and we hope you will assist in finding us our next home. Kind regards. Now, this is a classic example of why there is so much overpriced stuff on the market. So that is a classic example of a seller who, in order to make the decision based on who's got the cheapest fee, they must be assuming that, number one, their property will sell for the same price no matter who they instruct. That is a massive mistake. Number two, they think that all agents must be the same. Because otherwise, why would you just go for the cheapest one? And number three, astonishingly, they even say your professionalism, market knowledge is evident, but we're still not going to go with you. That's a bit like saying, dear quality German car manufacturers, we've decided to go with a Ford Fiesta because it's cheaper. Okay. The problem here is not only that we end up with loads of overpriced unsold stock on the market, which is just frustrating and a waste of time and a waste of money for everyone involved. The problem is also that these sellers have fallen into the classic trap of, because what I know who these agents are, and the agent that they have rejected, who had still a very reasonable fee, not an expensive fee, a very reasonable fee, did not have a long sole agency lock-in at all, okay? The customer's basically free to walk away, the seller's free to walk away if they're not happy at any time. The agent that they've gone with has a 14 or 16 week lock-in agreement. Now, what do you think is going to happen for someone trying to sell their home in a falling market, which it is because there are huge numbers of properties coming onto the market, more properties coming on than there are. The increase in properties is higher than the increase in buyers. And they're going to be locked in there for 3 to 4 months at a price that they're not going to get because the agent overvalued it. The cheap low fee agent overvalued it. And what's going to happen to how much money they get compared to what they would have got with an agent that was so confident of their service and their ability to get the best price in the market? They said, we won't even tie you into contract because we're going to have you sold so quickly. We'll have you sold within a few weeks. No, we're going to go with the agent that thinks it's worth more, who's locking us into a 4-month contract because we're going to save a bit of money on the fee. Now, the fact that so many sellers fall for this well-publicized trick that all sellers have heard of exists and they all think it won't happen to me, the fact that so many sellers still fall for this trick is why the property market is so painful at the moment and why agents overvalue, because sellers still fall for it. They still fall for it. And when I say fall for it, I mean, if you sign a 4-month lock-in agreement, you've fallen for it, right? Because you're basically going, hey, I'm going to sign away my rights to change to another agent if you don't deliver. I'm just going to trust you because you told me the highest price on my property. And honestly, I don't know what agents can do to solve this problem, because agents are in ferocious competition with each other. And so when you've got two reasonably good agents, so much I want to say about this, that in a difficult market, and for agents it's been really brutal because transaction volumes are way down, so agent income is way down. So when they come across a serious seller, someone that they are sure wants to move, they will cut each other off at the knees to get the business. But the point is that if you don't charge a proper fee, you cannot possibly do a proper job. So this cheaper agent is going to spend less money on marketing the property. Let's just focus on that for 1 second. They're going to spend less money. So the quality of marketing of this property is going to be poorer or less high quality than with the agent that they've rejected. Now, if you bring your house to the market in a falling market with loads of new houses coming onto the market, so you are in lots of competition and you haven't prioritized the quality of your marketing, you're going to sit on the shelf unsold as the market goes away from you. And so what's likely to happen now in this instance is that the sellers will sit there wondering why they're not getting many viewings, wondering why they're not getting any offers, until eventually they're going to say to the agent, oh no, why aren't we getting offers? Why aren't we getting viewings? And the agent's going to say, oh, well, things have got much tougher since we signed you up, so you're just going to have to drop the price. Okay. And this is going to be 3 months down the line, whereas if they went with the right agent, they'd have sold it 1 month down the line, so they'll have 2 more months of price falls and then end up with less money. So their false economy of a cheap fee will end up costing them more money in what they get for the property, probably. Also because they're going to have fewer buyers competing on that property because the marketing won't be so good and the service won't be so good and the follow-up and the sales progression won't be so good because the agent doesn't charge enough money to pay for all of that work. Buy cheap petrol. Buy cheap flights, buy cheap salt and pepper, buy cheap olive oil, buy cheap commodities, buy cheap shampoo, buy cheap toothpaste. When it comes to moving house, which is one of the most important things in your life, if you can't find an agent that is capable of negotiating their own fee, how well do you think that cheap agent is going to do at negotiating you the best price of selling your home? You are going to undersell your home if you sell it at all, right? You're going to undersell your home if you go with a cheap agent. Here endeth the rant. Do not use cheap estate agents. If an agent is pitching because their fee is less, that is a warning flag that you shouldn't use them. I hope you just, I'm not telling you who to use, I'm just telling you how to choose. And I cannot repeat this enough. And if you know someone who's selling their house, please send them this video. And then go look at my other videos on exactly how to choose an agent. There's one called the 4 Golden Rules of Choosing an Agent. I'll put a link to it below. Please check that out because this is the most important decision you can possibly make when bringing your house to the market to sell in a difficult market. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.